What's up? It's your boy Malcolm.
It's your boy Liam.
It's Morgan.
And we have some new representation within Black. We have Miss Kendall Washington joining us today.
Woo.
And this is
The Black View.
So y'all, it's been a little while since we've been on here, but we're in a new space, a new studio. You can actually hear us now when we record. So hey y'all, welcome. How y'all doing? Let's start with you, Liam, first.
Ooh, it's been a semester. Lately I've had like the worst cough imaginable.
Oh.
So my semester has currently been defined by this stupid cough that seems to not be going away anytime soon. But
How long have you had it?
I've had it for like a month now.
Oh.
And you mean like a cough, not like Kaufman, not like
Like
the
not
dance
like
school.
coughing, like
actual coughing. Oh,
like that sort of thing.
I'm not gonna lie, like that happened to me every single year up until I like moved out of USC housing.
Yeah.
Like, and I low key think it's also just LA air.
You see USC housing?
I'm I'm out of USC housing now, so I don't know. But
Maybe just the LA air.
Maybe it's just LA air. I don't know.
I mean,
but
you are
also
from the Bay, so like I don't know about the Bay Area.
the Bay Area, like the
Bay
air's really bad over there as
Area.
well. So I don't know about that, but but also it's like my whole roommate group, we all got sick like at the same time.
What y'all was doing like that?
I don't even know.
Who you had
We have
over?
such a bad habit of like sharing the same drink, sharing everything, really bad. So that's probably
The writing on the wall.
the writing.
Stop it.
So this is my fault. Y'all do not do this, but
Motto?
No, actually,
no.
actually, I had it freshman year. The calls come inside the house.
I had a mono scare freshman year.
I think
What y'all touching?
No.
No.
Dining hall, because every single year,
Oh.
there's a mono breakout in the
Yes.
dining hall.
That is true.
Well, my undergrad didn't have
And
that.
anybody's.
Well, you guys know it's my senior year. This is
Yeah,
my last
yeah.
Working
last
on the
time
side
fighting.
again.
Last time
She's
fighting.
almost free.
Literally almost done with my sentence. I ended up adding a minor last minute, management consulting. So
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I told myself like going into the semester, the one thing I have on my head is like not saying no, like not trying to like back down from anything, just literally accepting a challenge and like also just putting myself out there like, oh, if a challenge has come to me, I'm going to accept it. But like, yes, but also just making sure I can just make my own challenges and just, better my own person. And so I was like, let me just grab a minor. Let me extend an extra semester, not an extra year, because I felt an extra year, that's just me procrastinating a little bit. So an extra semester just to, flesh myself out, give myself a little bit more time to find internships and jobs. I've been on lock in grind mode. Like, y'all have seen me like...
I don't see you no more.
No, you don't. That's the point. Like, I didn't want to be heavily like seen on campus in my traditional ways just because it's like... I'm out of that space.
Yeah.
I'm about to be 22.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just need to elevate. It's time for me to move on. Like I'm slowly getting out of what it feels like to be like a USC student and slowly into USC alumni.
Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just ready to grow up.
And you're looking for them checks too when you get to that other side.
Looking for the check, looking for the money, looking for the bag. So thinking about grad school. Am I staying in California? Am I not staying in California with the political climate of the United States? I don't know if I'm going to get aid a lot of places, if he's going to try with this big, beautiful bill to continue to take away my aid. So figuring out things like that. Just can I get an internship? It's hard to find a job. It's still like the unemployment rate is still going up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like literally trying to find ways to set myself apart so I don't fall behind. So,
You're not going to fall behind.
Child, we praying.
So you already.
And this we pray to
Yeah.
the Lord. The Lord heard his prayer.
Yeah.
How about you, Kendall?
We got Kendall. So welcome,
Yeah.
Kendall.
Welcome to the Trojan family.
Welcome.
Welcome to
So
the Black
happy
View.
to be here, guys. I'm the editor of Black. It's my first year. I was just thrown into this. I'm a graduate student. So what a lot of Morgan was saying that I definitely relate to, because even though like I'm younger than most people in my cohort and like graduated early, it's like once your chapter is closing. It's like you're ready to move on, like be done with things. Like I'm not even. Well, I never liked going to parties as much anyway, but like certain things you just like you're getting into your adulting phase. You're just getting into a new chapter, and I think that's like really important. And I don't really think like people talk about that enough, about that transition, because I feel like that transition can be really hard. I know a lot of people struggle with you're trying to find a job, but then you're just also not in your same college routine anymore either. You know?
No, I don't feel like, because it's like, I know I'm about to get to you, but it's just like feeling
Don't
that,
worry about me.
like, oh my goodness, just the fact about like just getting that routine, like not liking the same thing like a lot of my other younger like people in different years than me, like y'all may want to go out to
Who?
a Caribbean Student Association party, a CSA party, or you may want to go
Shout
to
out to CSA.
like,
Yeah,
shout out to
them.
CSA.
Good parties, by the way.
Yeah,
Excellent
very great
parties.
parties.
Love the
But
E-boy.
or going to frat row, like people, like, oh, you going? I'd be like, no, it's not healing to
You
me
catch me
anymore.
running away from
I
frat
was
row.
I was thinking about this earlier, like last year, last like my fall semester, like going to these different parties. Like I didn't go to a lot, but like I don't drink or smoke or anything. I'm not just saying that because I'm on camera. But I would wake up the next morning like with regret, like that was like a genuine waste of time.
Waste of time and money.
Exactly. Like, well, look, I was end up in there for free, child.
Oh no, at USC you
No.
paying
Yeah,
every
you have to pay
Nickel and
everything.
dime
Crazy.
everybody.
And
no,
drink.
they charging some people $25, $30. Not me though. Not me. But no, it's just like I could be doing something like so much more productive. I was like,
Yeah.
I could be doing this during this time. Like I could like actually be getting rest, and then that way my whole weekend isn't thrown off because I'm so exhausted. So I think really just learning like what to prioritize and like the way I've been like actually going about like this grad school process and just like being out in LA. I feel like there's so many different like opportunities and things coming my way, and I've just been really just asking God like, you just tell me like what's for me, and that's what I'll put at the top of my list.
Yeah.
And wherever you lead me, I'll follow.
Hello.
How have you been adjusting to LA?
Well, fortunately, I did the University of Texas Los Angeles program last summer.
Oh, okay.
So I had already been to LA before then, and I spent all last summer in LA doing an internship and doing like things in the entertainment industry. So fortunately, it's not new. It's just this DTLA USC area is.
Yes.
I'm the biggest fan.
Who is?
Right. Makes four of us.
So because walking to class, I saw a lady with her whole chest out. I saw one lady talking about the strip club.
Does she have on all black?
Actually, no. This lady did not. I heard there's another lady who likes to show her body as well.
Yeah, she wears all black in the Village.
Yeah, no. See, this lady was on the Village.
I've not heard of this.
She was
What?
Cinderella.
Oh, my first week, somebody was butt naked just walking. Free.
Wait, where?
Did
in
your
the
parents
village.
see
In the
or-
village, like in the village.
Yeah, I saw it myself. Yeah.
What?
Oh, but your parents weren't in town. Like this is.
Oh, no.
yeah.
This was like second day of class, something
my
like that. And
God.
it's just like, welcome to LA, question mark?
Oh no. Once you actually start to see the real LA,
Uh-huh.
like our professor having us going to Watts, that's
Yes.
that's something different. Like you
Shout out
walk-
to getting us out the classroom.
yeah,
'cause, yeah.
like I'm not gonna lie, like going into these communities, child.
That's what it's. And you know, not to go off
Mhm.
it. Love my Miss Cynthia. She's my grandmother's best friend, and she's like, Sharon, that's just my mom. She's like, that's why these people over here moving to Dallas because it's nice to them. Because so many people from LA are moving to Dallas because, and it's like, I don't be thinking why because I love my city, but you know, I understand like what you can literally get a shack in LA and you can get a whole nice apartment.
Hold on,
or house in
yes,
Dallas.
yes.
And yeah, just the living there is like way much nicer. To your point, like no shady communities or anything like at whatsoever. But I understand the economy and it's already hard.
I feel
to
like
live
you're
out
set up to
here.
fail.
Yeah,
you're
you
set
are.
up. You're set up to be impoverished. Because why am I paying out here? Literally, I have my grandparents' house is in my name, so I have that house. That's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, like one story home, and that's maybe like 100,000, 200,000 in Indianapolis. Why is that $799,000 out here?
In Cali. Right.
Like
In
I feel
Cali.
like even then just getting this degree, like that's why I need to. I keep okay. I gotta keep going. I gotta lock in. I gotta because I'm so thinking about like I'm not going to survive in LA.
Yeah.
Like
And I
that's my
want a
biggest.
home.
I want a home, no apartment, no
A lot of people
condo.
Like it's so sad now too. So many people in our generation don't even think, especially like in our industry, don't even think getting a house is tangible for them, and they're already coming in with the mindset that they'll only ever get to have an apartment. And I'm like, no, they're better out there. We just gotta fight for it.
Literally.
If you can't tell me I'm not getting my 5-bedroom house with a pool, 3-car garage.
Oh my
You don't
God.
have to
Right.
be an attorney or-
Yeah.
Baby, don't take away those dreams from me, y'all. Please.
Yeah. How's your semester been, Malcolm?
Everything is good. I think, especially to Kendall's point, even though I've kind of realized it before, but I was trying to be the good friend to go to every party. I'm tired, y'all. and just being there, not having fun, just wasting time, smoking the air and seeing people grinding on the walls and all that.
Grinding on the wall.
I could watch that on television in my bed, comfortable. But LSAT prepping, Lord, y'all, pray for me in that journey, figuring out next steps and whether I'm going to stay in LA, go to Gold, or go somewhere else. I think definitely getting to junior year, which is crazy to say. I mean, I've been knowing Morgan since my senior year in high school, and I'm just like, have mercy. But I'm grateful and thankful for opportunities and spaces like this to be able to thrive in, especially in this climate where we don't know what's going to happen next and we can't even really say what we want to say anymore. So I'm thankful for a podcast like The Black View that gives me an opportunity after a long week to exhale, literally exhale and say thank you and be able to just talk with my people.
Literally.
I mean, people can't even do that nowadays.
We can't talk no more.
Nope.
Can't sit down and have good
Not
conversation.
even, not just black people, any race. You can't say nothing no more.
No.
Can't even tell people thank you when they open the door because y'all, this lady in Dallas
Seen it.
got shot and killed because essentially the lady who didn't say thank you killed the lady who got mad at her for not saying thank you because started following her to the next door into the pets. It happened at the Dollar Tree. Followed her into the PetSmart and then started beating her up outside of her car, and the lady who didn't say thank you shot her. And it's like, to your point, it's like you got to be careful what you say these days because you don't know. And my mom, the other day when I was back home, we were laughing. This lady opened the door first. My mom said, she was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't even be opening doors for people. Her and the lady busted out laughing. But it's like, unfortunately, you have to watch your surroundings and be careful.
I even think of that in like, you know, USC and just like the academic space with everything that's going on in the world. Like, you know, I'm taking PR 458. That's political PR and campaign
and
advocacy.
Take that class.
I want you to take it because this is what you're going to be doing. But I'm taking it for the simple fact of like, well, one, I'm taking it as an elective.
Right.
But also just to I feel like that class gives you a firm understanding of what's going on in the world, even if you're not a political person. I wouldn't say I'm ultra political. I can't tell you everything that's going on. I can tell you what I feel like is right and wrong though. And so in this class, the last part of it's a 3-hour class. So the last hour of the class, you just talk about literally events, like current events. And so we were starting to talk, you already know what I'm going to say. We were talking about Charlie Kirk and the murder that happened to the immigrant woman on the train who got her like throat slashed by the black, and then like all the threats that came to USC and all these HBCUs and Big Ten schools. I'm like
about black students.
Black students, and I'm over here like, well, we didn't even do anything, honestly. Like but we still get all the hate. And so I'm talking about it in class, and I'm just like, honestly, like you're never going to tell me to mourn for a person who wanted that much violence. And if
I died today, wouldn't grieve my death.
Yes. And so I'm talking about that class because, mind you, the current event that was on the syllabus that like he put on the syllabus last minute was Charlie Kirk and all the things that were happening. So I'm like, I kind of find it crazy how we see advertisements of this man in the same Mount Rushmore monument as Martin Luther King, as people who were in the civil rights movement. I was just like, that's a slap in the face. Jesus. Yeah. I said, even if you are, that's a slap in the face because I would never accumulate a human to Jesus, but also I would never just the things that Martin Luther King has done for not even just the black community, but just people. The United States, like just the entire globe. And he was just like, well, Charlie Kirk did the same thing. When? And so then we're going back and forth, and it's like, and me, like,
professor?
No, this is another student. And so then I'm literally keeping my composure because it's like, one, you can see by my skin color, I'm not too fair, and I don't want anybody to be like, angry black woman, you're not going to put that on me. Right. So I'm staying calm, talking to him just like this. And the fact of the matter is, my professor coming up to me and saying, hey, I think you should stop now. Why do I have to stop?
No, he should have went up to the other kid, or he should have said something to
both of y'all.
Both of y'all.
And so then pulls me aside after class, like, well, you just looked as if you were getting frustrated. I said, what about me was getting frustrated? He was just like, well, you were just so just straight faced and just like, so just, and he used the word like you just had this mug. my face. You mean my face. Like, and so it's just like,
Has he been reported?
no. And so then I'm just like, why can't I like voice my opinion without like having to worry about this white man's feelings or making other people feel uncomfortable, shaking the room? Like, no, like, and or even then he was just saying, even just because of like your safety, like I don't want you to stop it. Don't worry about my safety
I'm
because
good.
I got me, first of all. But it's the fact of the matter, like the world that we're in, the fact like in academic spaces, I can't challenge a thought without being told you might want to for feelings. Oh no.
But what about the fact of uncomfortability of another student comparing Charlie Kirk to a Martin Luther King?
Like I'm
That
like
raged me.
what
That's
what
uncomfortable.
literally what
Yes.
about my comfortability? The fact like I don't feel like during that entire week of all of that mess happening, I didn't feel like I could walk on campus. Someone texting my phone telling me you're gonna know what black girl magic means. I'm baffled. Why? Like I don't feel safe walking on campus. USC's not
The
saying a
side.
thing.
No.
Like only people who can protect me is my people.
Right.
Only people who can hear me, feel me is my people. But I'm the one whose life is actually in danger, who's actually
Right.
uncomfortable every single day, not only as a woman, but a black woman. But I have to worry about somebody else's
And
feelings.
to your
Right.
point, I just feel like it's really challenging being in this industry because I remember the day Charlie Kirk was shot. I had no idea who this man was. Child from Texas, we got a governor who talk crazy stuff. So I had
Hello.
no idea who this Republican influencer was. I just remember I found out in my acting class, some kids were saying, like, oh yeah, he was on campus. I'm like, I don't know who he is. Come in the media centers, all of the TVs, they're running around trying to do certain things. And I'm just like, and then my mom was like, throughout that week, those couple of days, she's like, kind of watch what you say. You can't certain stuff. Just don't even. I'm like, but okay, mom, I said, I hear you. But I said, I'm a journalist.
I'm a journalist.
I said, I have reporters who have to report on this. I said, I have to talk about it. And I know for me, the reason why I'm in this industry, why I want to be a filmmaker, why I want to be a journalist, because I believe it's my absolute duty and responsibility as a so-called storyteller to ensure that I'm telling stories that get to our communities. Our communities need to know this hate that this man was spewing, so they're not worshiping him in church and mourning his death. And I feel like that's like the big misconception about what's going on, and also just like this idea of like objectivity. You have to watch what you say, because why can't I deem George Floyd's death as a murder and a historically racist event, but we want to call Charlie Kirk's death an assassination?
Right.
And they're comparing his death to Martin Luther King and Malcolm
And
X.
even get a
And JFK.
presidential
Giving
freedom.
him the presidential.
Oh, that was
and flew under one.
I to your point, I just said this too. It's real hard out here for people
Right.
that's in the Annenberg School of Communication and Journalism that are just people of color. Like I feel like across the board, it's just hard for journalists right now. Like I know you guys probably have or haven't seen it on the news, but like 40 to 50 journalists walked out of the Pentagon yesterday because they're literally trying to take away your freedom of speech, telling them, oh, if you want to report on something, you have to send the report to a certain person and get it approved before you can. That's not how that works.
Yeah.
That's not how that works. And the fact that like people in the comments are like, well, if it's that serious, I don't see why they just don't. No, because that's not freedom of speech. They're
Correct.
literally going to take a I really don't know. I really don't know what's the future holds for
Right.
this country.
Yeah, and as somebody who is a student journalist, I think we need to make sure that our people who are in a power position are held accountable. And a prime example of this is with a recent article that was published in Politico that showed that a leaking of chat messages between the young Republicans that were spewing very racist, anti-Semitic, homophobic rhetoric, any slur in the book imaginable, and we are having politicians, our Vice President, J.D. Vance, stating that these young Republicans should not be treated badly because of what they said, because they are just kids. That is disgusting.
They were 30 years old. Let's start there.
So we are now going to segue into a segment we like to call The Bigger Question, about trying to understand what is going on in our current political climate or society at the moment. And I was wondering, what are all thoughts on this and just in general about this rise in Gen Z conservatism that is very much built on hate and specifically racist hate?
I think one of the biggest things that we have to remember, and I hate when people always tell me this, they're like, why is everything racial? Because race is in everything, whether or not we want to realize it or not. And I think that we have to understand, and I hate that we have to say this, but this is the generation that we have to live with for the rest of our lives. These are the people that are going to be our next presidents. They're going to be in the Senate. They're going to be in our workforces. They're everywhere now. And when people asked if I was surprised when this happened, I'm like, no. It starts at the home. It lives there. It's been with us for a while. But because of elections and recent events, they're out now. I remember my grandmother telling me that she wasn't really much worried about too much, but she was worried that if anything, people would be less afraid to actually act out the way that they've always felt for such a long time. And I think they get away with it. But it's our job to fight for it now. I think one problem Gen Z has is that we want things to be given to us. Now, don't get me wrong, MLK, Rosa Parks, everyone, they laid down the foundation. But we got to fight again, y'all. We have to get up. We cannot sit down and just sit and watch. That's not what liberation is about. And if we want to make a change for our children and grandchildren, we got to be out there. We can't let stuff like this just go to the side and mean like, I got vice president. Oh, well, they're just kids. No. Because stuff like this didn't just start 20 minutes ago or a story ago. This has been happening, and they're going to keep doing it until we stop them from doing it.
I agree. And I think the way that our country's built is kind of interesting because compared to these other countries, when they don't like something going on in Spain, those people are walking the streets and they will protest all day for months on end, all across the world. Where I feel like in the United States, when something doesn't go our way, I believe 1,000% in the power of a vote. And y'all, it's just locally, it's not just the presidential elections that are important. But I think we just reserve that for, okay, that's the only way we can fight back. But there's other ways. Us actually going out there, doing call to actions with this government shutdown, speaking on it, standing on it. How these TSA workers working and they're not getting paid. A whole bunch of people.
Shout out to them.
And people in the armed forces.
Right. All people in the government that are still working and not getting paid.
And also to talk about too, the National Guard who had to go to, I'm not talking about us, I'm talking about the National Guard because I want to make that distinction very clear because it's not even an official organization as far as I'm concerned because you have racist volunteers detaining people, whether they're citizens or not. We're seeing what's going on in Chicago. But the National Guard having to come to Los Angeles to so-called rally the people and protect the city. And they were having to sleep on concrete floors. And we can't be mad that our people are in military because unfortunately, they have to take orders from the president, no matter who the president is at the time, because they can't just drop out because they'll be imprisoned. Right. They'll be in jail. And I feel like that's something that we have to consider too. These people who are in the military, a lot of things they're having to do, unfortunately, are not things that they want to do, aren't things that are not actually pushing their country forward. They're not fighting for their country. They're hurting their country.
Right.
And they don't have a choice.
Yeah. To your point, Malcolm, I seen this TikTok the other day, and it was a guy, and he was referring to Rosa Parks, actually. When Rosa Parks was denied and on that bus and she was jailed, they were in the church that night.
Yeah.
They did not use those buses the next day and didn't do it for how long? You see, there were literal people saying, if you don't get on that bus, like, this is going to happen to you, trying to force them. And they didn't care. They would walk miles, like across the hot country summer in full clothing.
Yeah.
Just I feel like we need that fire again. Like,
I fear to use this word, but we're just going back to Malcolm was saying again in regards to Gen Z, we want everything to be handed to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we act like
quick money. We're quick money.
we act like we didn't come from ancestors who were enslaved against their will, who
Yes.
had to fight for us,
Who died.
who died for us, who were in schools and weren't trying. And the thing is, it's this big argument. They're saying like, oh, we've seen this before. We have.
Yeah.
We have.
This isn't the first time they've tried to deny us of our education.
History
Right.
repeats all the time.
History repeats itself all the time, and it's very important. Our generation is so uneducated, and the school systems have been bad in regards to Black history.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it starts in the home.
Yes.
I'm like, honestly, PSA to these parents out here. You have a responsibility to teach your child about things in regards to their community and their culture, because they get out here and unfortunately not everybody in the world is for us, and they're
Correct.
not prepared. And to your point, Malcolm, they think everything has to be handed to them. They think white supremacy doesn't exist
Mhm.
and that people didn't fight for them. Like, one of my family members just didn't really believe in getting educated, and they're like, oh, school, like, I don't really care. Da, da, da. My dad was like, people died for you to go to school.
Exactly.
They got chased by dogs, got water hoses sprayed on them.
Mhm.
And I can only imagine if so much more people in our generation, younger generations, really knew that, and maybe that would motivate them. But honestly, my fear is, will it? And another fear I have, and we can talk about this too,
Mhm.
we don't really have like a pivotal leader right now.
Correct.
We have a Jasmine Crockett. We have
Yeah.
people, speaking out that are politicians, but we don't have a MLK for this generation. We don't have a Malcolm X.
We
Mhm.
don't. We need. Ooh, that's probably
Yeah,
what
I
we
haven't even
need.
thought about
Yeah.
that.
Because it's like, even then, it's just like, I think that it's like, yeah, I keep bringing up this PR class because my actual candidate, we have to like make our own candidate, like run for president and all of that or whatever. I'm having Jasmine Crockett run for president in my class.
Jasmine for president.
You know how many people in that class said who?
Oh,
I was like, well, one,
I have Black people that tell me that. So like,
I
yeah.
hear Black. No, that's what got me. It was a Black girl who sits right in front of me.
Mhm.
Like, no shade to her. Like, you feel
Shade.
like
I'm throwing shade.
I could tell like me and her, we live very different lives. Like when you go through that first week of class, like, oh, well, tell us about you. And it's like, well, me come from a high school that was 100% Black, Black teachers, Black staff. Like, my dad was my principal for a minute. I was valedictorian, like really small school. Like, when I say small, I mean 25 people in my graduating class. And so she's like, and it's like, oh, I've always been around Black culture. Like, when Mona Leo just dropped Sexy Solange, I was banging it. And it's like, the fact, like, I was even saying, like, oh, yeah, I'm just super proud to be, like, a Sulani woman, da-da-da-da. The fact, like, she was like, a what? And so I was just like, okay. So I'm just like, you feel me? We talk after class, 'cause like, I'm never too ill to spread some information, especially about Black history. So it's like, she was asking me about my organization. She was asking me about, like, not on no weird things, but like, just asking me like what it is. 'Cause it's like, you just didn't know. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it is the parents' job to educate your kids on their culture. 'Cause it's like, it wasn't even just my parents. It was my grandparents too.
It was the village.
On both sides. Like, my dad's grandparents, like, he would instill in me, like, my grandfather, he was telling me, like, if you wanna make it in America, y'all know how Olivia Pope's dad, he was like, you gotta work twice as hard.
Yeah.
He was saying that to me since I was a little kid, and he was legally blind in both eyes.
Yeah.
Like, still making it happen. Like, this man legally blind, still trying to work. And it's like, people like that, like, I see that. His wife had cancer for all this time, and I didn't know. She's still working in the law library. That didn't want to give her a degree, but she's working there though.
Yeah.
She's reading the books, trying to push me to go to law school when I was a kid. Didn't work. But, and just like, and then on my grandmother's side, like, all around her house, like, you see like African art and just pictures, like, not of our people in chains and shackles, but literally just like of just like my Puerto Rican side and like my Black side, and like the beauty of all of it.
Yeah.
And so then, like, going into like the museums at a young age, it was the Crispus Attucks Museum. The fact that I can say the Crispus Attucks Museum, that's a museum that they're also trying to close down in Indianapolis, by the way. It's a historically Black high school. Like, people don't even know who Crispus Attucks is, like, when I say that. And I'm just like, they left the children behind a long time ago, And now they left them so far behind, people are starting not to care to pick it up. Like, it's just like, oh, being Black is just a trend, but like learning, like actually wanting to get into the nitty gritty of it, like actually wanting to learn your culture, learn what this means, why we're so still upset about not getting reparations, like actually getting involved. Like, you don't have to be super political, but like at least knowing what's going on and things like that. Like, we need that, and we don't have that. So yeah.
And I loved your point, Kendall, on like education. And when I was in school, K through 12 education, on 3 separate occasions, we learned about the Revolutionary War. And guess how long we learned about slavery? Take a wild guess.
February.
A day.
None.
A week.
Oh, yeah.
A whole week. And it was only about the slave trade, and that was it. A whole week on something, on a part of U.S. history that is so pivotal. It's just so frustrating. That's so pivotal to how we are now. This country is built off of Black people, and we're only going to spend 1 week on our history. That's ridiculous.
And Indigenous people, because it was just Indigenous Peoples Day. Like, this, like how you were talking about with ICE, this whole thing happening in Chicago. I was just talking to my mom. I'm from Indiana. Indiana and Illinois are right next door.
Right.
Indianapolis and Chicago are right next door. I was telling my mom, I was just like, if you think they just went into Chicago and they're not going to trickle their way into Indianapolis. Indianapolis is already a very pro-Trump state. Like, they're of course going to send the troops in there. I was like, on the South Side, we've seen it happen. Like, all those times on Facebook where they were posting like, oh, ICE is posted up here. It's going to be so much more than that. And I was like, and Mom, you work downtown right next to the Capitol building. Our house is right downtown, right across the street from the Capitol building. I was like, I had to like tell her, if someone asks you, can I see your ID? But I just go right into that house and I don't want you coming out. And just having to explain that to my mom now, it's low-key kind of like wonky to me, because it's like, why am I explaining to my mom like how to interact with ICE agents? My mother is a 3rd generation African American. Like, that's scary to me. But we saw so many signs that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris told us this is what's going to happen, and we said never a woman president. But hey, it is.
And before we segue, something
because I got another point too, but I'm gonna let you go. But let's talk. Yeah.
It seems so simple now, but it's all these things that have come back. Kids, learn cursive. Because
cursive.
Please learn cursive.
All of our founding documents are
in cursive.
A lot of
what that say? I can't read. What that say?
Right, exactly. That's
huh? What is that?
They're literally trying to dumb us down. What y'all's presidents say? Smart people don't like me. That's what they want. They want something else to where we can't, understand what they're doing to us. To your point, in so many lower economic areas. And that's why in Texas, people don't understand all the time. Texas would be blue if we didn't have those small towns where, unfortunately, they're controlling our educational system. And these people don't even understand the importance of a vote. They think it doesn't matter.
Yes.
And with this redistricting, it's gotten much worse. But yes, just make sure you learn cursive. That's the biggest thing.
Make sure you learn cursive, because it's a simple point like this. Why didn't they want slaves to learn how to read?
And to your point about voting, because we talking about trends. Let's make this a trend. Let's stop voting for mediocre white candidates and start supporting more than qualified Black candidates when they come up on our ballots.
I'm not being fooled by
110%.
We have
I'm not being fooled
we have
by
a problem
Gavin
as a people. I don't know what it is, but we would rather get behind somebody who believes is going to do everything for us, because white is right. But then get upset when we see the actual things play out, just the way that they told you it was going to play out. Like you mentioned, Kamala Harris said everything was going to happen. And now that we're, 8 to 10 months into everything, we the main ones crying. Oh my God, because I can't do this and do that. You had somebody who literally said, if you just give me your vote, I will take care of you. I will make sure your children won't have to worry. You can go to school. You can open up a small business. You can go to school. You can buy a house. Your family could live here and be free. And now you can't do that. So, oh well. Please go and vote, y'all. Please.
Yes, an election is coming up, y'all.
That's my birthday, actually. If you guys want to get me a birthday gift, the best birthday gift is November 4th, Election Day. Yay,
Please
start
vote, y'all.
locally.
Please vote.
I'm really curious. What do y'all think of Gavin Newsom? Like, in all
Just because he, hold on, I'm going to say it right here. Just because he looks like a president does not mean he is a president. Just because he is, oh my goodness, that man is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Just because he says he's your kin, he is not your kin. Just because he went on that tarmac one time does not mean he's going to do it a second. Thank you.
All right, so now we're gonna before we get into the light topics, on I believe it was Tuesday
morning.
Tuesday morning.
We were actually mourning.
We were mourning.
It was raining in Southern California.
Yes,
woke
it was
up.
raining.
And I saw the rain, and I looked at my phone and saw the news that the pioneer, the neo-soul pioneer, the R&B soulful singer himself, D'Angelo, passed away from cancer at the age of 51, which is extremely young. And
I'm going to say this really fast.
Mhm.
The reason why D'Angelo hit me so hard was for a few reasons. Well, yes, because it's like grew up on him.
Yeah.
If you had a black mama who was cleaning, like she was, you probably gonna hear the song.
Yeah.
But when I saw the headline and it said pancreatic cancer, that hit me differently because that's the same cancer that my grandmother passed away from. And it's not a very talked about cancer, like the same way like breast cancer is talked about or colon cancer or any other cancer is talked about. Pancreatic cancer is killing our black queens and kings.
Yeah.
Like taking them bit by bit. I don't know what it is. Like when I literally broke down and I don't know if it was a trauma response because I never actually like fully mourned my grandmother, but when I just like remember seeing her and like the pain that she was in, like I remember like I went to see her one last time and she couldn't speak. She couldn't like, she was just so weak. And I think about D'Angelo and I think about his daughter and I see it and I'm like, I know that pain, like of seeing like people just mourning a loved one that close and just like from this cancer that's not really talked about. And so it really took me aback, but it took me way aback where I had to just like settle for a minute and like really reflect and like kind of like ask myself, what are these feelings?
Yeah.
Like, and so, you know, I just turned on one of my D'Angelo songs. It was like I forget the whole name of it, child, sue me. But it's a song where it was like, I think this is what heaven is like, something like that. And he was literally just talking about like how like heaven must be how like this feeling of like when you're with that one person. And it's just like, I'm not gonna lie, I was listening to it. That's like the feeling. I know he was talking about a woman, but I felt that feeling like when I was thinking about like my grandmother and just like when I would like how I would just feel for like that moment again. And if I'm like, oh, I felt like just thinking about the moments I did have with her, I'm like, that has to be what heaven feels like. Like, and so I just think about how like D'Angelo really, a lot of people in their music nowadays don't tell a story with true emotion. I feel like every emotion, every word that he put in every single song was completely and utterly him, completely and utterly like what it meant to like actually be in tune with yourself and with your emotions. And so D'Angelo, rest in power, King. I hope that heaven is exactly what you hope it is. And, you know, take care of my grandmother up there. I know y'all probably jamming out to Brown Sugar right now. That was the thing. But
it hit me because the night before he passed away, Solange, which we'll get into that topic as well, Solange Knowles was here. And she talked about how big of an influence D'Angelo was in the neo-soul era. And next morning, my uncle posted this picture of him and Angie Stone together. I'm just thinking, okay, you know, who don't love them some Angie Stone, rest in power, queen as well.
And we just lost her too.
Right, and to say that she passed in March
Mhm.
and that he's going at that long after, it's just, we're losing so many of our great people. And especially to know that somebody like D'Angelo could go on to other generations and inspire them and give them just such good music to listen to and the comfort. Like D'Angelo's on every playlist I have. When I'm sad, I put him on. I put on me some Angie Stone. Like that's my people.
Mhm.
And, you grew up with these people, even though you've never met them, you don't know 'em from Adam, but you just like it is different when they're gone.
Yeah.
And for your parents who actually like were there when they were in their prime, it hurts them too.
Mhm. I was just saying, someone needs to check on Musique Soul Child ASAP. I need
Baby,
to know
Music
what
Soul Child, he needs to.
I need to know what his health looking like right now, because I can't do nobody else in my neo soul R&B
So when
community.
he come on tour, we gonna go together to his concert. Okay,
Yes.
good. I got somebody to go with me.
I'm about to say, and did you see how Jill Scott had just said about D'Angelo
I love you,
too?
D'Angelo.
Like,
I
I
love you,
was-
Stevie.
I was like, I don't know what's going on in this photo right now. But the happiness she felt, I need that happiness again.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe that's just the happiness that you get when you reach a certain tax
How does
bracket,
it feel,
but-
Jill?
How
does it
does
feel?
it feel? Yeah, I really started crying when I read an article about his daughter's response to his death, and she said like, "Oh, I will always be your baby girl," and that just like, oh, that hit me really hard because it's just like when you lose somebody who's always been in your life the entire time and then they're just like not there, it's like it's a certain feeling that is uncomparable to any sort of sadness I've ever felt before.
Mhm.
And for him to just be so young, it's just like 51, you would
That's
think we
your
would have
prime. Yeah.
like 30, 40 more years left. But then that was stripped away from him because of pancreatic cancer. And I'm very glad that we are spending this moment to just give a tribute to D'Angelo and what he has done for our community and what he's done for music in general. And like Morgan said it best, rest in power.
Please go to the doctor, y'all. Check on yourselves. We are losing so many people in our hip hop community because of the lack of health insurance and lack of going to the doctor. Go get yourselves checked out because we love y'all and we want y'all here with us forever. And I mean forever and ever and ever and ever.
And question your doctors. Don't just let them give you a side
Yeah.
medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Now go to the doctor, but
Yeah, but go to your doctor, but like don't just take everything they say. I'm not saying like be like, be like skeptical, but question them. Don't just like let them prescribe you all this medicine and you don't read up on it. Because that's oftentimes unfortunately how they get us too. They'll give us all this medicine that conflicts with each other. You go to the pharmacist, they're like, oh yeah, you're not supposed to be taking this when you're taking this. And making sure when you go to the pharmacist that they're not giving you medicine that's already expired. And you really just, trusting your doctor. I think a lot of times with Black women, you go to the doctor, you're feeling type of what, oh, well, are you depressed? Have you been taking care of your mental health? Stomach pain can be related to this, or this can be related to that. Don't let them bogart you like that.
No.
And that's what oftentimes gets us. And because they want to make it seem like we're so tough and our bodies can handle this. And that's not the case. So don't let your doctors just treat you any kind of way either.
So going on to something much lighter and something we're all very excited about.
Yes, Lord.
The Solange Knowles. Actually, we should call her Professor Solange Knowles is going to be here at USC as a scholar in residence at the Thornton School of Music.
Shout out to
Let's
Thornton.
talk about that.
I'm about to go get me a minor in Thornton, y'all. I can't sing or nothing, but I could write a little something over there.
Right.
We'll see.
I'll say, yeah, I heard the line to even get into where she was speaking was around the corner. I didn't get to go because I was in class, but my sisters went and they were telling me that just being able, well, one,
Your line sister was the first person in line, so she
Yeah.
had to get a shout out to Haley and Jolisa.
yeah, so
My favorite
that was,
couple.
so just like they were telling me how like it was just great to actually like hear another they said that USC is on a roll really with bringing Black women to campus,
Yeah.
like to speak, because Solange was here, her was here,
Debbie
Oh
Allen.
yeah, I
Debbie
was there
Allen
for
was
her.
here, the mayor was here. Like it's been a lot of Black women on campus, and I'm proud of USC for it. I will want them to keep bringing more.
Yeah.
100%.
Keep it going.
Yes,
Yeah.
and also just like that's another great thing about going to USC is the fact that like we have I know that my money pays them a lot to be bringing in these professors. So I would hope they would bring in like world class professors like Solange. I'm really want to see how she's gonna like work in a school, just because like I've only ever known her to be, you know, actress or artist. So seeing her in a different setting is cool. I know this will be a stretch, but hopefully, you know, Beyonce will pop up. I really think that'll be a stretch. But if you
Never
know
too
Miss
much.
Tina Knowles, if she wants to come, I would love to talk to Miss Tina. And also just seeing her hair in like real life, like it really that's proper advertising for Sacred right there. Like her hair. So
Hey, I feel like if Solange came, it's not far fetched to say Beyonce, because if you know Solange is like the weird one in the best way.
Yeah.
And so the fact that Solange is here, shoot, Beyonce may be knocking down the doors of USC, like, or maybe she'll go to UCLA and they can have a little bit of sister rivalry. But
I'd
But
be
come to
there.
us first.
Come to
Yeah,
us.
come to us. Don't go over there.
Come
Yeah,
to
no.
this podcast, actually.
Right, sit right here. No.
Yes, Solange. If you want to get interviewed, just let us know.
Right.
But like other very, very great things happening with just the music world, you know. My two homegirls is going on tour, y'all. Brandy and Monica. Like, I'm too excited. Like,
Dude, I got my tickets. Dude, I'm ready.
Boy is mine.
Oh, sing it.
So
So
I'm not even worried about that. I'm worried about everything else from off of Monica album. Street Symphony, Angel of Mine, ooh, everything. Take 'em back. Whew, I can't wait, y'all.
Is it bad that I kind of want Brandy to sing Folded by Kalani?
oh, that would be so
She
good.
sang it on TikTok and I just be playing it. So I'm like, it'd be nice. I know she's not gonna sing it, but it would have been nice. It would have been nice. I just think it's great because this is like, well, one, pop culture wise, growing up, I never really understood why they was beefing. I knew that they slapped each other on stage, like back in the day.
What?
I heard that, but like I never
Yeah.
knew much about it.
Yeah, like it was like they had like a whole little tiff, and like I think Monica had seen Brandy like behind stage and like went up and like smacked her, and then like when they was done performing, like got someone else got smacked. I remember seeing it on something, but just the fact that like I love how one, these are two Black women who are allowing themselves to age. Two Black women who are allowing themselves to grow. Three Black women succeeding.
Yeah.
Four actually like, I don't know, like I feel like in today's music is great. Like don't get me wrong, like I feel like it fits the aesthetic of the times, but it's just something about like I don't know what it is between like the 80s and early 2000s where like people I don't know if it's just because like people just actually cared about like the craft that they were putting out and actually cared about I don't know, just not like thinking about like, okay, I need to make money so I can get rich quick. Like actually it's like I love music, this is what I want to do. Ooh, here's the difference. I think nowadays we have a lot of singers and we have a lot of rappers, but we don't have a lot of artists. I
Yeah.
feel like Brandy and Monica are the definition of artists in the sense of like they create art with their music. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm just ready for a show. Honestly, I'm not too keen into like, don't get me wrong, like I love a good hot girl summer song, but I really love to be on my like soft, flowy, like neo soul R&B tip. And I feel like that's just who I really am. And this time doesn't really like the music in today's age doesn't really fit with it because it's like I'm not always heartbroken. Sometimes just like, well, one, I always say people don't yearn anymore. Like people don't yearn in for love anymore. So that's why I also feel like music is possibly bad. And that's probably why I'm also happy to hear this because it's like yes, women yearning for men. Ugh, that's crazy. But it's just a
not
different.
doing this with you
It's just
today.
nice because like at least you know a man was gonna yearn back. Like I don't know. It just reminds me. It at least gives me hope of like their music together and like just sounds like D'Angelo and like those songs and like the background of music, they just really like give me hope for Black love. So I just think I'm excited for that.
There's like no music that tells stories anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like we want to support these people, and like to your point, yes, love a good hot girl summer, but we want to support these people. You know, they just want to cuss and every other lyric,
Yeah.
and not really telling a story. We just want something quick that's make a little fun TikTok too. But it's about more than that, and I feel like maybe to your point, maybe people cared so much back then because it was either music and maybe you tune into your TV at 7 o'clock to watch your one show. But I think now is that we just have everything coming out of us where music really just, I feel like, used to be an outlet for people to express themselves, but then people will listen to it because it's something that they can relate to and like feel something that way, and that could be a cleanse and a help to somebody else and like therapeutic to somebody else. And nowadays I just feel like they said the whole thing about people attention spans being low, but is it though? People are watching Kai Cenat
For hours. Actually, days.
And
like
For days.
I'll give him credit. The boy is good, but
it's because it's entertaining.
Yeah, but it's entertaining. So it's like we gotta make people listen, and that goes hand in hand with music and like what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
In a time like this, from the moment that The Boy Is Mine was announced as a tour, I could relax. I was like, this is going to be a time that we all need to come together. Because my favorite things on Instagram, so I like those old throwback pages.
Mhm.
And they like the little slides where they were like 2010s, R&B or 90s, and just watching the little music videos like with Melanie Fiona and all them. Because like, what happened to Melanie?
What happened to Melanie?
I don't know. I like Melanie Fiona. But there's nothing better than knowing that stuff that we grew up with is still relevant today and that we can enjoy with our parents and the generations behind us can enjoy it as well. So I'm hoping for they're here for 2 nights.
Mm-hmm.
They're here on the 6th and the 9th. And those tickets, they rolling fast, y'all. So
Wait, the 6th and 9th of November? Okay, so it's coming up. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be in there. We are living in a time, y'all, where times are tough, but we are so blessed to be proud of who we are, to know who we are, and where we don't want to go.
Mhm.
Stay grounded, y'all.
All right, so I think that is a perfect way to end the show. So do you want to start it off for us, Malcolm?
Yep, it was your boy Malcolm.
It's your boy Liam.
It's Morgan.
And I'm Kendall. Thanks so much. Excited to be here.
Thank you, Kendall.
And
we are
what are we?
The
Black View.